Hey everybody, as I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, I took the time to declutter both my mind, my spirit, and emotions from a battle that quite honestly cannot be won and should not be waged. Yep. You can be pro or con Palestine, Israel, all of that. You can agree or disagree on what a certain organization is. Whether you're right, you're wrong, you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, the truth and the fact of the matter is, you cannot sit down at a table across from someone who is resolute and immovable in their ideology. So even here in the US, what you're seeing is a divided nation over a conflict thousands of miles away. And it's a battle, again, of ideologies about what you feel is right or wrong, just or unjust. And your reasons why are incredibly personal. But if you try to sit down across from someone and want to have an intelligent and well-educated conversation, right now you can't. It is almost impossible. Because in this age of social media, deepfakes, and AI, people will see things and believe them at face value. They won't take the time to research them at all. And even more so now than in the past, people en masse will tell you, no matter how much proof you can give them, how much accuracy there is, unless they're there on the ground, witnessing it themselves, they will scream in your face that everything you can show them is fake. It will never be enough, no matter your level of intelligence, the amount of research you've put into it, knowing all of the politics, the geography, the religions of the areas. It doesn't matter. Because it's not about talking to you. It's not even about them really caring about the cause. It's about wanting to be important. About some people wanting to feel and be self-important. Did you know that recently there was a survey done of recent college graduates? So they had gone and did all this coursework and decided what they wanted to do with their lives and their specialties and put all this money into this effort. And do you know what the number one thing was? They said they wanted to be famous. Yep. So I think a lot of people right now, especially younger, like 18 to 24, feel like if they can be the loudest person in a room, the person screaming the loudest, even if everything they're saying is absolutely wrong, they will fight you to the death on that hill that they have put themselves on. Even if you can prove and show them again and again and again what history has taught us, what current events are teaching us now, what the people we have lost have given us, it'll never be enough. Whether It's a Holocaust survivor, an oppressed Palestinian, a current service member, a veteran, people who fought and died trying to be on the right side of history. And looking back, it's easier to see the motivations and the axes and why they formed the way they did. And right now, these leaders of other countries are seeing this division, and they are forming an axis. And ultimately, we as Americans are falling victim to all of that. We won't do anything about it, and we won't see it until it's too late and it bites us in the ass, because we are so full and busy screaming at each other why one is more right than the other. So logical and educational conversation isn't going to happen. And this is the result of, unfortunately, this generation right now coming up in an age where the internet has dominated everything and how they learn everything that they know. They don't know how a library works. They don't know what the Dewey Decimal System is. They couldn't even tell you how to find reputable and verifiable information. They have no idea on what a scholarly source is and what makes it scholarly. They just think that if they can be the loudest person in the room, they'll be the most important, the most well-heard, and the most famous, even if it's standing on the backs of people who are quite literally living and dying in this conflict. Ultimately, they don't care. They just want to make noise. So I've decided really to distance myself from the noise. Because it's like screaming at a brick wall. It's not worth your time. Until they learn on their own, nothing else will matter to them. I'm hoping what I envision happening doesn't, but history is my teacher. Knowing how to find reputable information, not TikToks, not random things you find when you just go Google it, right? Even newspapers today, they wouldn't know what is reputable and what's not. They think tabloids are telling the truth. They think people on Reddit are telling the truth. They don't realize that there can be people behind cameras and filming documentaries and producing almost Hollywood-esque type productions to weaponize social media, knowing that by doing this and garnering sympathy, even if its basis is a lie, we are separated. And I remember learning about the Holocaust and really understanding the human toll of World War II. I remember September 11th of 2001. I was in 9th grade. My mom was a paramedic. My stepdad at the time was a firefighter, and we lived in Northeast Ohio. And I remember how many resources they had to call in to try and save as many as they could. Even though it was really a fool's errand. Not many people were saved or even found. I remember the Boston bombing. I remember and know so many things from firsthand experience, but none of that matters to these kids who know nothing. And I pray that they stay safe. But if they keep packing streets and doing what they're doing, I am afraid they're going to be victims sooner or later. And I hope I'm wrong.